Today we're going to bring some people together. We don't really know what's going to happen, but we just want to start the conversation. We want to talk about what it means to think about International Women's Day. And this year I'm really excited because balance for better is something that I believe in. We have Josh and Jonathan here. So why do you guys feel like it's important to have men be a part of the conversation?
Gender equality is not just a girls group kind of deal, and having men a part of that process makes it all the better.
I want to sort of put a flag in the ground and say, this topic is one that I'm not going to let go of. Yes, this is important to us as well, and we are here to help sort of facilitate and move this to the next step, because it has to be done together.
A lot of companies now are talking about, we need to be more mission-based. We need to be showing that we're investing in our entire, talent across the board. When we classify it based on outward appearance, I think that's where the conversation gets swayed. Diversity today, specifically for women of color, is a very uncomfortable topic. There is no longer just men and women. We've got many, many people with several identities.
So intersectionality, if you basically have two things that are both labeled as underprivileged, well, you're African American and you're a woman, both of those things give you this intersectionality.
I've never gotten the feeling that because I was a woman or because I was an Indian woman that I had some sort of disadvantage. I also like to reframe the conversation quite a bit to not make it about those topics.
Focusing on my role and responsibilities is a great place to start in making sure the conversation is focused around your performance.
The situation of a lack of equality will perpetuate itself as long as we're not talking about it. But the more we talk about it, the more comfortable we get around it, and the more it becomes a very natural part of every day.
It's really interesting to identify that there is a problem. If you don't sort of come out and talk about, well, what are your numbers? I know it may be horrible, but just express them so that you can know what the baseline is.
The point is not to be female heavy or men heavy. It's nice to see things changing, but then there's almost like, it's like a catch-22. We're starting to see the other side of the coin, and what does that mean when you're a man and you work with 20 women?
There is a lot of fear of being uncomfortable, and the only way through that, and the only way to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, in my opinion, is by getting through those hard conversations and kind of finding the joy, knowing that right now it's hard, but I'm gonna kind of work through it, and then on the other side, I'm gonna be a better person.
What's the one thing that you kind of learned today or that you would throw out there to bring up?
I found a tremendous sense of togetherness on this topic. We're all pulling the same rope.
We had a conversation where partnership was the theme. This is setting the tone and a strong base for the future and for the generations ahead who deserve to be part of a collective community and who deserve to have their voice heard and their ideas contributed regardless of how they look.
What if parental leave were equal for men and women?
What if we weren't told who to be?
What if equal work always meant equal pay?
What would balance look like to you?
What do we need to change to make balance for better come to life?